One of the things that I wish church leaders knew about the challenges that youth pastors face is that youth pastors really need support when it comes to dealing with parents. Youth pastors cannot be the primary disciplers of the youth in the church. Biblically speaking, that is not their primary role. Biblically speaking, it is the parent. The parent is supposed to be the primary discipler. Now, I know, especially in the Korean church, because Korean culture is that we give our kids over to the experts, right? So when it comes to school, we give our kids over to the hagwon teachers and the tutors, and they're the ones that are supposed to educate our kids. But when it comes to faith, parents must realize that you are the primary discipler for your kids. You are the primary example that our children have, that our students have, to know what it means to be a Christian. They see you living that out 24/7. Oftentimes, they only see their youth pastor for a couple hours a week. And so without the church's support in really solidifying that role, it's going to be really, really tough. This is why so many times in Korean churches, you have youth pastors that leave after 2-3 years. The pressures to do everything for the youth student is just too much for one person to handle. And so I think it's really, really important that church leaders support their youth pastors by helping their parents to understand theologically that parents are supposed to be the primary disciplers. Without that, we will have and continue to have youth pastors that burn out, youth workers that burn out, and they won't be able to last long in the positions that they're in. And I will say, I grew up in a youth ministry environment where basically every single year from 6th grade all the way until I was a senior in high school. So for 6 years straight, we had a new youth pastor every single year. That kind of turnover is devastating on a child's spiritual development. And I think it's important that church leaders need to recognize the longer a youth pastor is able to stay, the longer that person has trust, and the longer that person is able to work with parents as they grow into that role inside of the church. And so I think it's critical that church leaders understand that.